sketch is so clean. Eddie's in the zone, sculpting the dream. Mikey's on the mic, bringing voices to life. Welcome to the Chop Shop. Welcome to the Chop Shop. Oddfrog Chop Shop. Action figures and toy talk. Pop culture, comics, and maybe Lego blocks. Figures, photos, and culture right here. With 112 scale vehicles, shift into the gear. From sketch to story, we break the mold. Join us to watch the legends unfold. Guests that inspire, it's all here inside. Pop culture design, the Chop Shop is live. Welcome to the Chop Shop. Welcome to the Chop Shop.
Hey, welcome to the Chop Shop. That was a new intro right there. Yeah, I'm digging it. What's up, guys? How you guys doing, man?
Good. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching.
Wherever y'all are watching from, joining us on these interwebs. What's up, guys?
What's up, everybody? Yeah, we got a cool show today. We're going to have Marcelo on from Uru Toys. He is the creator of the Nightwolf Nightwolf military style vehicle. And it's really awesome, guys. And you know, we've been sharing posts of it, and we want to help support what Marcelo is doing. And he should be on here any minute. And yeah, what's happening with you guys?
Same old, man. You know,
it's been a busy week. Busy week, but I'll tell you what, listening to more Bandito radio on Spotify really helps the workday move along.
Yeah,
you have to check that out. We have a couple of blocks up of Bandito Radio. It's a little preview to what is to come. We've been developing this whole new way of getting information, independent artists, music to you guys. You know, it's gonna be part of Oddfrog Entertainment, the Chop Shop, the Bandito Radio. You know, it's all gonna line up together. And yeah, we were excited about it. It's it's independent music artists, it's comedy shows, it's like late night horror, you know, like old time radio shows. So we're excited about it. And yeah, that's it right there, the logo.
Eddie, can you send Marcelo the link real quick on Instagram? I would do it, but I have to end the live on Instagram to send it to him.
Got you right here.
Awesome.
Yeah, going back to Bandito Radio, what's great is it's really in its infancy right now, and it's only going to grow from this point. But there really is a little something for everybody, you know. And I've been really digging the music. Some of the artists that we have on there are just phenomenal. Some really great musicians, and we're talking a little bit of everything. You know, we got punk, hardcore, just instrumental, just like deep, like not psychedelic, but really just tracks that make you, it's hard to explain, but there's some great music on there and some great podcasts like Action Figure Frequencies.
Absolutely.
They bring sexy to the podcasting world.
They do.
If y'all guys don't know about them, that's Action Figure Frequencies is part of like Shadow Knows Network. It's they have a whole show that they've been doing weekly for a long time. Chet Maddox and Alexander Storm, they're two great duo in the like, you know, in the community that you know like to spread awareness and talk our stuff, and yeah, they started a whole new they do, there we go. Yes, they know their stuff, and they started their own Action Figure Frequency, so it's like a branch off of Shadow Knows Network, and it's like for Bandito Radio. And yeah, man, we're excited about it. We're excited to have them on board. We'll all be convening in Toylanta here at the end of March. So we have a lot of stuff coming on, and we're just excited about it all, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys, and without further ado, we've got Marcelo here. So let's bring Marcelo onto the stage.
Oh,
what's up, Marcelo? Marcelo of Uru Toys. You have a better connection this time.
Yeah.
Look, I can move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome
back. We're glad to have you here, and ready to talk about the Nightwolf a bit more, and you know how it came about and your experience, and we just have some things to tell you about it, you know.
So why don't you go ahead and just introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what you've been working on.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you very much for the invitation. And well, my name is Marcelo. I am from Uruguay, South America. And well, the first thing that I designed was the Nightwolf. It was originally a 118 vehicle that was planning to make a Kickstarter in 2021. That one failed. And then we decided to go in the 112 scale. And well, here we are with the Nightwolf. And also, I have another news from that, is that we are producing the 118 scale Nightwolf. So it will
you guys are
be
going to market
available
with
for
it.
sale.
Nice.
Yeah. That will be
That's
available
awesome.
for sale this year. Maybe in August, September, will be available for sale.
Oh wow,
But
nice.
we need to run for the 112 scale Nightwolf because a lot of people is asking, when are you going to do the 112 scale? You know, the big guy. Everyone
Yeah.
wants the big guy.
Yeah.
So here we are, man.
Well,
Yeah.
it looks amazing. It's an actual military vehicle, which I like. You know, it looks very, impressive. And what gave you the idea?
Well, my idea the first time was I remember that 2018, 2019 was the launch of the Oshkosh vehicle that replaced the Hammer in the United States Army. When I saw it, I said, "Look, man, that is amazing. I have to do something like that." And that was the first quote of inspiration that I made from the Nightwolf. The other thing was as a GI Joe collector, I always realized that the vehicles were way too small. You know, you can only put one figure, two figures. You know, the Vamp, the Awi Striker, all the vehicles were small, and sometimes you have problems to put the figures inside.
Mm-hmm.
So that were the two main things that inspired me to create the Nightwolf. I want a big vehicle where you can put up to 6 figures inside, and also it must be more proportional than the real stuff. You know, when you see an Oshkosh, you don't have I don't know. You put a car next to an Oshkosh, and you realize that thing is way too big than a regular car. And that doesn't happen to me with the Striker, with the Bump.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to make that impression is, okay, military, big. That was the idea.
Well, I've got some images here. Maybe I can pull them up while we're talking, if that's okay.
Please.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Awesome.
All right.
So definitely inspired by the new age military vehicles of the United States military, and then you just wanted something big for your Joes as a lifelong collector, right? Basically, yeah.
Dang,
See, it looks
so
mean,
cool.
it looks aggressive, it definitely looks sleek. I mean, yeah, definitely, it looks. I think you nailed.
It looks mean, which is
It
great.
does.
It just
Yeah,
looks
see?
mean. Yeah.
The little windows makes it look like it's kind of like scowling, like frowning on you. It just looks like it's mean. It looks aggressive.
I love how the doors open too, because that's such a great feature for toy photography that you can open up the whole inside like that. Is that something
doors?
you were thinking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, they open like sideways barn doors, kind of.
Alexander Storm asks, what's the length of the 112 Nightwolf shelf wise? Like, how big is it to fit
The
on
length.
the shelf?
Great question.
Sorry, what was that?
How big is it measurement wise? Like how long?
It's like 25 inches, the
Okay.
112 scale.
Wow, that's a big vehicle, man.
It's a big one, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Our Bandito is, we think it's fairly big, but it's 19 inches. And as Eddie's always points out, it's a coupe, so it's a little smaller as opposed to a regular sized car. But yeah, that's a big boy. Wow.
That's about 2 feet long, so you'll definitely need some shelf space for that thing.
Yeah.
But
Well, you know, when you see the Nightwolf, I also think that it's something you can display as a diorama itself, because
Exactly.
you can put so many figures inside and outside that you can make a scene only with the Nightwolf and a couple of
figures,
troopers,
That's a really great point. And we tried to do something similar. And kind of what you're saying is like, you made it a play set, essentially.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what we go for with the term action vehicles. It has to be modular. It has to be in a way, we've had it described as a play set, and people describe it as one, and it plays as one. You know, when you start opening the doors and you get the trunk, and it actually feels like more than just a vehicle at times. And that's, yeah, it's the same thing with the Nightwolf. And to say that the 1/12 scale vehicle world has been on the rise, and we're definitely trying to do something different. And I mean, yeah, I mean, we appreciate you coming to us. As you guys know, here at Oddfrog Entertainment, we're trying to do a bit more than just our own stuff. We actually have connections with manufacturers. So that's basically why Marcelo contacted us to reach and get quotes for the Nightwolf and help them out, bring it to market.
Absolutely.
Here, go ahead,
will
Mikey.
it come in different colors, Marcelo?
Well, we have a situation about the color variation, because we need to make at least 350 of each color to make a color variation.
To justify it. Yeah,
just to justify. And we have 6 colors. The black is the main thing, you know. Then we have a green, another that we sand like from desert operations. And we have also a gray, a red, and a blue one.
Okay. Yeah, so lots of color choices.
Lots of colors, yeah. You can.
And what Marcelo's talking about, guys, is when you're producing the plastic for the car and you don't want to have an extra deco hit, it makes more sense to have actually colored plastic pellets. But in order to do that, you have to have so many sales in that color to justify that plastic.
Yeah, buying different plastic, exactly.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
like he said, a minimum of like 350 per color will allow for more colors to be produced, because you're then paying for the difference in plastic pellets and same tooling. You just need different pellets and different colors. Yeah, and it costs different. The more colors, the dyes, the this, or that. Your basic colors, of course, will always be cheaper, but then when you start adding the colored pellets and the dyes, then yeah, changes the color. But yeah, that's, I mean,
look at all that room for groceries. Fit a lot of eggs in there.
Eggs are a hot commodity.
What's up, Clanable? Clanable's a longtime friend of the show. He's been with us since the beginning. Great guy, great dioramas. If you guys haven't seen Clanable's stuff, please go look. It's amazing stuff. Much love, brother. So you're a G.I. Joe fan growing up as a kid?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, me too. Greatest toy ever made, in my opinion, the original G.I. Joes. And what was so great is exactly this. You know, they would fit inside their vehicles. I had everything. Like, it's kind of funny because now that I'm, you know, in the toy world and I'm looking at Instagram and I'm seeing all these G.I. Joe items, I'm remembering things that I had forgotten I had. That's how much G.I. Joe stuff I had.
Yeah.
But
my favorite G.I. Joe is the Sky Striker. You know, when I saw the Sky Striker for the first time, that was the thing that I had to collect G.I. Joe. You know, I want to play with G.I. Joe as a kid, and then I want to collect them. You know, In fact, I have 6 Sky Strikers. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
and those are the jets, right?
Yeah. But I have 2 Argentinian versions and 2 Brazilian versions.
Customized.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We'd love to see those sometime.
Yeah, we can put some pictures, you know.
What's up, Chet?
Mr. Maddox in the building.
I think just off the top of my head, as I'm thinking about it, Marcelo, we've got this new thing, Bandito Radio, going, where it's toy podcast, it's music, independent underground artists. And another thing we've been doing is like little commercials for like Advent Comics and, you know, little radio commercials. So we'd love to do one for the Nightwolf if you're okay with that.
Well, of course, absolutely.
Cool.
Totally.
Cool. You know. Awesome. And now, do you have any conventions coming up? I realize it's probably tough down there to get to some of these bigger conventions. Do you have plans for a convention?
Yeah, I'm planning to go to the Joe Fest this year. And that will be the only one this year until we have the 118 scale produced, because it will be after the show that we'll have the Nightwolf for sale.
Okay.
But we are also working in, I have to to tell you a news. It will be the first place that I mentioned this.
Okay.
We are working. Yeah.
We have a
the
reveal,
neighbor,
guys.
Yeah. You can put some drums if you want,
Do we have any music, Mikey?
Yeah. Okay. The Nightwolf was the first step for everything that I love as a kid, G.I. Joe, collecting everything. But once I was talking to a friend and he told me, dude, you make a vehicle. The first thing you did is a vehicle, and you don't have the driver characters. You where is the universe of the Nightwolf? And that makes me an idea, and we are working, making some characters for the Nightwolf. We are making a driver.
Okay.
And that thing became that we are also writing a comic book.
It has evolved.
So maybe we can talk there with our friend from Avent Comics. Maybe he will be interested in what we are working on,
Absolutely. And
new comics.
We say at Oddfrog from the beginning that story is the most important thing. And it's really what kind of builds the longevity. People want the universe. When I was a kid and I was collecting stuff, I needed that background. I liked all that story. And, I just think it's absolutely necessary if you're going to be thinking about your brand in the long term is what is the story of, your products. We work in toys and entertainment, and it just seems like you have to have story of some sort. Even if it's not that great, you got to have some kind of story.
So how many Joes total can fit in this thing?
Inside you can put up to 6 Joes, and on the back you can put 4 extra Joes. So we are talking about 10 Joes.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a whole brigade right there. Smaller.
That's the shelf space, right? You take 10 Joes off the shelf, put your Nightwolf on there, and put the Joes inside.
Same space, You
exactly.
You can figure out.
Exactly.
It's economical.
Yeah.
We're going green.
Space saver friendly.
Nothing about making 112 vehicles is economical. I'll just put that out there right now.
That's so true.
It's very expensive. So you've got the Nightwolf. We've got different colors. It's kind of a G.I. Joe style vehicle. We love that it has all the moving parts. We love that it's an original design. That's important to us. And we've all been talking as a group, Marcelo, impressed with what you're doing. And at Oddfrog a couple years ago, we came up with the term action vehicles because it only made sense, right? Like Hasbro came up with the term action figures because you didn't want to call them dolls. Dolls. It just made sense to us that what we're creating is a thing you can play with. The parts move, it lights up, it's customizable. And so we coined the term action vehicle. And we just would like to extend the offer to you to put the brand action vehicle on your Nightwolf if you're open to it. We think it hits all the marks for what an action vehicle is. And we coined the term, so we get to kind of hand it out as the way I look at it. And all of us working together, I think can really bring something new and fresh. And we think that the Nightwolf qualifies as an action vehicle.
Wow, that's awesome, man. It's like I don't know, man. It's amazing term, because action vehicle must have some points that you can say, okay, this is an action vehicle because it have this kind of stuff you mentioned, the playability, moving parts, customizable,
original.
And it's not just original, the design also. But you are making a difference, because it's not the same to get, for example, an Oshkosh. Resale as it is, can be in the same. You can compare something that is copy from something who is original.
That's exactly right.
And I think that the term action vehicle will make the difference. It's amazing, and it's a pleasure to mention the Nightwolf as an action vehicle.
Well, we love what you're doing, Marcelo, and it's been a pleasure working with you behind the scenes as well, which is not always the case with people. So we really appreciate what you're doing, and we don't want the Bandito to be the only action vehicle in existence, and we think you have an amazing thing right here, and we just would like to extend that to put that brand on your vehicle as qualified as a action vehicle. What's up, Eddie Figs, or as I call him, not my Eddie.
Certified action vehicle stamped by Oddfrog.
That's right. Mikey, Alexander, yes. David Miller has a great question. Mikey, you want to pop that up?
Yeah. So David's asking, what is the price of the Nightwolf?
Well, we are still working on that, but we have a range price that will be between 200 and 250.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, that seems right in the ballpark, especially at 25 inches. I mean, I think you're that's a really good price for a 25-inch 112 scale vehicle.
Comparatively with everything else on the market, yeah, it's right in the perfect range.
Oh, we have another guest who wants to talk Nightwolf with us. Let's welcome to the stage the illustrious Dead Man 1.
Illustrious.
I thought you'd like that.
That is hilarious. Kelly is constantly, the day before, asking me to come on these live streams and then not giving me a fucking link.
I give him a link. It's just the wrong one, in my defense.
No, you didn't give me a link at all until just now.
That's Kelly's soundtrack.
What's up, Dead Man?
So David says he just paid $150 for the Valaverse Vanguard on Amazon.
Interesting. Was that the original price that was set at, David? I think it was actually, I know the original price because it was 1 penny under ours.
Yeah. That wasn't the original price.
Like $1 price under ours.
Sorry, Chet, you must provide the explosions yourself, but I have faith in you, brother.
Actually, I think Deadly Dioramas can help out in that regard.
Oh, yeah.
Too. We're working on stuff.
Well, going back to action vehicles, it's not just can the vehicle do action, but some of these dioramas and the photography behind it, these vehicles look like they're in the middle of this action by some of this just amazing photography. So I think that kind of lumps it into the action vehicles as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Marcelo, did you think about the toy photography aspect as you were designing this? Was that something you thought about?
Not exactly the photography. I always thought about the playability of the Nightwolf.
Mm-hmm.
It was always about it must be easy to put the figures inside. It must be fun to play with the Nightwolf. It's what's all about playability,
Mm-hmm.
And also diorama and exposition, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I think that thing will look great on the top of my shelf in my collection, all that kind of stuff.
I think it would shoot really well too, though.
I do too.
Yeah.
I love all the
absolutely.
angles on
I think with what it was intended for, like you're saying, the playability, being able to display it as a diorama. I think just the part of toy photography has been just an evolution to just kind of merge into that world. So the fact that it's big enough to be able to put your hands in it and fix your figures and play with it. All you got to do is add the camera, and it's toy photography aspects in the game already.
David says the original price was $185 and it's on sale for 20% off right now. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had set our price at $185 early on before the Vanguard existed. And then one day, we wake up, we turn on Instagram, and there's the Vanguard for $184.99, which felt like kind of a nod at least, I guess. I don't know. He probably doesn't even know he exists. But I think it's a great price when you look at the size of it and all that you can do with it and how many characters it fits. It makes it easy on the shelf space. The fact that you can fit literally 10 characters and I guess probably 11 if you have one in the turret at the same time.
Yeah, also you can put 11. Yes. The thing that when you put a guy in the turret, it will go standing up between the two guys sitting in the
center. Yeah.
Okay, right. So the idea was that the guy sitting out there can stand up and use the turret.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's an action shot.
Some,
right there.
yeah, I heard an action plane going over there.
Yeah, no, I'm outside. You hear?
Marcelo, what do we see when we open up the hood?
Well, when you open up the hood, you see the engine of the Nightwolf. It's an 8-cylinder
Great.
engine that it have the name of the Nightwolf on top,
Great.
and you can pump up the hood, and also you have the hinge that is a working hinge. You know.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Great.
This is the prototype that I made in filament printing. It doesn't show the details as great as they look when you print it, for example, in resin or the final product in injected plastic. But it's just to show the idea of what we are making. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And is this PLA filament?
Yeah, it's PLA.
We work with PLA too and ABS, and I don't think people quite understand how expensive it is even to build a prototype. Like the material alone for something like that is around $2,000 just to build the prototype. So, bravo, because it's not a cheap thing to do.
Alex says,
I agree with that. You know.
That is a great point. Oh, my favorite person is in here.
hey, that last name looks familiar.
That's my Uncle Buzz. He's a huge pop culture guy. He was a technical illustrator for Northrop for a long time. Very talented in his own right and a member of Oddfrog for sure. What's up, Buzz?
Hi, Buzz. No, don't worry, Buzz. It's just coffee.
He worries about your liver.
A lot of people worry about my liver.
So what are some of the challenges being in South America and trying to break into the toy world like this?
Well, everything was a challenge, you know. Yeah. The first thing is telling people where you are from. You know, that's South America. Okay, big place. Yeah. Not exactly all the countries in South America are the same. You know, I am here in Uruguay. We are between Argentina and Brazil. A lot of people confuse us with the Argentinian people because we are like brothers. You know, we speak accent. We share words, expressions. You know. And that's the main thing. The second thing was, what should I do to go to a convention? Try to share my product there. Let the world know what I'm doing. The social network was amazing in that. You know, I started with Facebook. Now I am in Facebook and Instagram, and it's fun that people around the world, because I don't know how many places I received some posts and questions about the Nightwolf. People from India, Colombia, Chile, Mexico, Portugal, Italy. It's amazing. Sometimes you think that there are only a few people that like collecting and G.I. Joe stuff. And then you realize that maybe we are millions around the world. You know,
it's definitely a worldwide community. For sure.
Yeah.
No, and Deadman and I were talking last night, and you had just been to a convention in Deadman, and
it was more of a fair than a convention, but yeah, I was.
Well, you had made an interesting point that, you know, he was seeing people that we don't see online, and it just kind of occurred to him. He thought he would see more people from the community at the place. And, you know, what that kind of tells you is it's so much bigger than we actually even know. You know, we see everybody that chimes in all the time on Instagram, but there's also collectors out there that don't even bother, you know. So I think it's even bigger than people think. I think it's absolutely growing. I've said this many times.
Just the amount of collectors that aren't involved with social media is a lot. There's a lot
bigger than probably who is involved with it. You know,
I would have to say so.
Yeah, And I've said this before, but when I was a kid and I would set up my GI Joes, for hours, it would be set up and thinking of story and posing, and then I would get to the play, much later. But I feel like what toy photography does is it gives you that playability back. You get to experience what play again. It gives you that playability back. You get to experience. Who's that?
That was me. I'm a caveman here, and I just got a new toy. Leave me alone.
You're fired. But what I love, and I want to get more into it when I'm not completely involved with trying to make our own toy get onto the marketplace. I'd like to get more into toy photography just because that play aspect is there, and setting up lights. If I would have had lights as a kid, I'd probably still be in the basement playing right now. You know what I mean?
The whole mood. Yeah.
It makes it elevates the play to an art, really. And I just think it's only going to grow as younger generations kind of realize that they want to play with their toys that they from their generation and stuff like that. I really think it's only going to grow as a hobby. Do you do toy photography, Marcelo?
I don't do toy photography, but now I am starting to learn how to make toy photography.
You kind of have to when you have a badass vehicle, yeah.
Because the picture is everything, The promotion, it's like
selling it, exactly.
Good picture, good promotion. That's it. That's the reason when I'm trying to learn.
Be careful what you say, because I'll be over there and I'll bring my toys. So let me ask you this. After the Nightwolf, are you planning on doing more military style? Are there other vehicles, other themes you want to go with? What are you thinking for the future?
Well, in fact, we have 6 projects working on it.
Wow.
We are talking about big guys, smaller guys, all kind of stuff.
Okay.
For example, we are working in a tank.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That will be the bigger one in the
bigger than the Nightwolf and tank.
Yeah, bigger than the Nightwolf. Much more bigger than the Nightwolf.
This is already pretty big, though, isn't it?
25 inches, bro.
Yeah. So
we are talking about more than 35 inches. It will be 10 inches bigger.
Wow.
And is it a certain style of tank? Is it like World War II era? Is it an Abrams? What kind
it's
of
like
tank?
like a crossover, I like to make based on the Abrams, but I like to make it a little more futuristic,
That's awesome. I love hearing that.
What we all really want to know, are you going to make an aircraft carrier?
In fact, that is project number 3. Yeah. And that will be way too big, It's like we need to know how to split it.
Definitely.
And make it it's had like how can I explain you? It's the factory needs 7 the size of the parts of the vehicle might be like, I don't know, 20 inches, 15 inches. So we need to know how we can split the vehicle in how many parts. We need to separate the vehicle to make it producible, because in only one piece it won't be impossible.
It's going to require some very skilled engineering to be able to split it up. Yeah,
and that's our goal now, because every part is a tooling part, a mold, and a mold is money. So everything goes in one thing to another, and you need to figure out everything. But I think that when you have a great product, something, it doesn't matter the size or the price. If it is great, people will buy it,
I absolutely agree. If you make something compelling, it doesn't really matter what the price is, as long as you're not, completely trying to rip people off. Yeah. But if it's something that you see and you have to have, Chet and I have talked about this, but it's like, it doesn't really matter what the price is if it's so badass that people have to have it. Look at Apple computers back in the day. It was very expensive, but it was so compelling that people had to have it. And I mean, who would have guessed 20 years ago that you'd be paying $1,500 for a phone?
Right.
And
Right.
but it's that compelling, and it doesn't matter what the cost is if it's that compelling.
Then again, that's because it's no longer just a phone. Just like these are action vehicles. You know, we're trying to encompass a lot
Great
more.
point.
It's more than just a toy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a collectible. It's a customizable. You know, as I'm saying, it's a play set. It's a diorama. So it encompasses all that. You know, and it's worth its bang for its buck. Is, you know, as they say.
It's an action figure container.
Let me take me and my 10 Joes and my Nightwolf. And, you know, carry it in around. Boom. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You want
such
it,
a
you
great
want it.
point.
That's it.
If you want it, you want it, and you'll go get it.
Rhino Hobbies. I just joined. What's this? Shakes credit card. Take my money.
Okay, let's catch Ryan up. So Ryan, we at Odd Frog Entertainment are doing the Bandito, and Deadly put us in touch with Marcelo here from Uru Toys, URU. Look him up, follow him on Instagram. And he has this military style, Hummer style action vehicle, as Odd Frog is calling it now. We believe it's worthy of the title action vehicle. And so, yeah, it's a military style vehicle that fits 112 and 118. And also, Marcelo, you're going to be launching a Kickstarter for this at some point, right?
Yeah. Once we figure out all the prices of shipping, production, tooling,
Yeah.
we are planning to launch a Kickstarter. And
We'll
that's the
definitely
idea.
link to that once it's launched for sure.
Oh, yeah, we'll help you out as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, that's
I
the
don't
idea.
think, as long as your goal isn't too high, I don't think you're gonna have a problem getting it funded.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main problem is that the tooling is way too expensive.
Absolutely.
And that's the problem, you know. It's like, okay, we need to get that money to make it the production.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't know, but there is also a minimum requirement for production. Less than
Minimum
1,000
orders,
units, you cannot produce. So
Yep.
you have to put all that together, also the shipping and taxes, and that will be, I think it's a lot of money, but we are trying to figure out how we can make it, you know.
We did the exact same thing. You know, Eddie and I had never owned a toy company before, so we had to figure all this out ourselves as well. And, you know, I'd been in business for myself before, but nothing like this. And when you start hearing the numbers on what it costs to produce stuff, you can be intimidated fairly easily.
Yeah.
But it's like Alexander was saying, if you make something compelling enough and you want it, you want it. And that's the thing you got to kind of remember as a creator, that, yeah, you can't afford it, but if you get the community together with you, then it's possible.
Yeah. I think if we spread the word and everybody who wants an Nightwolf is involved in the situation, that they are aware that there will be a Kickstarter soon, I think we can make it. It's like, if we make it all together, you know. It's not an individual effort.
I 100% agree with that, and that's why we wanted to feature you on here. As I've said it before, you know, we believe that a rising tide raises all boats, and if you're a serious player, which obviously you are, you know, we want to work with you in whatever capacity that is, even if it's just making connections to somebody that can actually produce it. So, yeah,
that is awesome.
Are you an artist? Do you? How did you go about getting the car modeled?
Well, in fact, I'm an old-fashioned designer, you know. It's like I get my cardboard, start cutting up, you know, making the measures, and then when I have it all in cardboard made, it's like I found like a friend here who is a designer, and I told him, like, look at this. Okay, now I want it digital. Okay, here we go.
So hold on. You made this out of cardboard first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
I want to see that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like
That's
to see
actually
that one too.
that's done in the industry quite a bit. You'd be surprised that most
We did
of the
that. Remember,
things you
Kelly?
play with, yeah. You start
So-
out with like foam core or cardboard for you know, proportions and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really smart way to go.
How big is the team at Uru?
My team now is made with 5 people. You know,
Okay.
It's me. We have another 3 guys who are designers, industrial designers, that where they were in charge of making it in 3D and also split the parts to make it the production, because
Printable.
there's something that when you make a mold, the plastic injection must be released easily when you open the mold. And there are several angles and different stuff.
Undercuts.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff, they take care of that. And I think they did a great job, you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, obviously, yeah, you can see it.
And then we have the writer, who is also the drawer, that is helping me with the comic book, and we are developing the characters with him. His name is Diego Tapié. He's a great illustrator, you know. I think you should follow him in Instagram. It's Diego Tapié.
Okay.
And I will show you the work. He's also a cosplayer, one of the greatest Wolverines you will ever see.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
you have to take a look at his job. It's amazing.
Rhino, it's 25 inches long. So this is a massive vehicle, but it also fits 10 1/12
Plus,
scale
10
characters.
plus.
10 plus, really. Yeah.
10 plus, yeah.
It's got an engine inside. When you lift the hood, there's details on the inside.
Someone can sit on Sergeant Slaughter's lap.
Yeah.
Big enough.
Yeah. Also, you have a working suspension. You know, it's something that not all the vehicles have.
Really?
There is some front turns. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's kind of cool for toy photography too, because you can get that action-y feel.
Yeah.
Wow. Working suspension. Write that down, Eddie. We need that.
Bandito 2 working suspension. Write it down.
That's great, man. That's a really cool detail, and that's not cheap stuff to do either. That's the stuff that Eddie and I try to talk about. You know, as opposed to putting sounds and other stuff inside the vehicle. It's really good to dive into those details and make sure the functionality and everything is on point.
For the playability aspect, yeah, having working suspension would, you know, help you cross some terrain. Lowrider.
Lowriders don't
We're
need
working on a
airbags.
little suspension that's trying to come up.
No, lowriders doesn't need the airbags.
The lowrider needs dumps, not airbags.
No riders, they're like a real man. They don't need airbags.
Can we put dingle balls inside of it?
Yeah. Some leopard skin.
Yeah. Hey, it's totally customizable, right?
Yeah. No, at one point Eddie put leather on the seats in the Bandito.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is so cool.
Anything to make production cost more, right?
Well, you know, to make it cooler, hey, you know, if you're gonna add a couple bucks, might as well make it cooler. So, but
if you want it, you want it.
Yeah, you can do it. It's some features or some, you know, as far as kits goes, like, again, action vehicles, we plan on doing kits. We have somebody working on kits right now, very talented designer. But yeah, we have kits, and, you know, making it as customizable as possible is the ultimate goal. So,
do you want to talk more about that real quick, Eddie? Can we mention who he is?
Yeah, we just have to like his. So we've been working for a while with a gentleman named Ami Belek Designs. We can post his link to some of his designs and stuff, but he's very talented designer. He comes up with a lot of like concepts of like fusion cars. So he'll take one car and another car and fuse it and then put it in 3D and render it and make it
just
look
like
badass.
Marcelo was talking about.
Yeah, so it's a real cool way of doing things, and I talked to him about what we wanted to do with action vehicles and the Chop Shop and the Bandito and incorporating kits. So he took our base model Bandito file and then started implementing some kits, like a lowrider kit, a wide body kit, a JDM. So we have a lot of things going on, but yeah, we'll see. We'll share his Instagram account, and hopefully pretty soon we'll start sharing some of those kits that we've worked out with him. And
Eddie, you just got me thinking. Lowrider Nightwolf.
You need some rims on that, though.
Yeah. We need some spokes.
Yep.
Yeah, the lowrider scene is definitely something we want to explore. That's something that's been a passion of mine, and I want to just be able to develop like 1/12 scale lowrider vehicles, and just expand that universe, the customizability. Like I said before, like I want the chop shop to be like your tabletop garage where you can customize your kit, your cars, and your kits, and you get to do what you want with your car, same way you would in your garage. As men, we go to our man caves, our places, our garages to kind of hang out and unwind at the end of the day. So having like a tabletop version where you could be in your office or somewhere inside your house, and on a smaller scale is kind of cool. Just the customizability, the kits, and being able to work on a car on a small scale is something that a lot of people do unwind with. So, I mean, just incorporating kits, cars. It's a whole lifestyle, cars and stuff. So being able to tap into people who are car enthusiasts is a big avenue we want to explore.
And I love how you said that you mentioned you mixed the designs and you're doing the same thing with the tank. Like for me as a character designer, when I'm, I love creating characters and the action figure side of it. And it's like, I like the same thing. I like mixing the ideas or anatomies. Like Oddfrog is part human, part frog. And the interesting thing for me as the creator to have fun with it was to like put those subtle, frog proportions in there where it makes sense and give you something new and compelling as far as the character. We all love Spider-Man. It's my favorite. I love Spider-Man, but he's really just a dude in a suit. And it really gets fun when you start mixing those anatomies and really pushing the visual aspect of that character and his theme, so to speak.
Plannable said he's working on a garage dial. I'm gonna need to commission one. We got one going too. We have plenty. We'll have one at Toylanta at the end of March. We have some dioramas, some displays.
Toylanta, woo woo.
But yes, definitely the Nightwolf needs the clannable
dioramas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
now,
actually, in the pictures, you don't show all the variations that we have from the Nightwolf, because the thing that is customizable is because we have different guns on top. Mm-hmm. You have two of them, but we also have the turret, and we have. Let me see here. This is the laser gun.
Oh.
Twin lasers.
So you can also use this one.
That looks like it could go on the hood of the Bandito too. So,
Yeah, you can use it too. We also have the rocket launcher.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. And if you go to the back of the Nightwolf, you can use this one to make it close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a true action vehicle.
Yeah, this one is inspired in the 302 Mustang Boss.
Mustang. I was just gonna say that looks like the rear of a Mustang. Yeah,
that was the inspiration, And you can also put the cage.
Fastback, yeah. Oh, that's so
okay.
cool.
So see, that's exactly what an action vehicle should be.
Yeah, I can see this one tricked out for post-apocalypse.
Yeah,
Mad Max.
Gaslands.
Sure.
Well,
yeah.
This one was inspired to maybe you can put a couple of guys out there and killing zombies or something like that.
Yep, exactly.
Oh yeah,
That's the idea, Yeah.
Like a shark.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's cool. Badass vehicle, man.
Yeah, also the wheels you can replace it, because we make a clip that you can put it on and out, and maybe in the future we can make some kind of different kit where you can customize even more the Nightwolf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
maybe we can add more guns on top, different wheels, and that will be awesome too.
Yeah, that was exactly our thinking. Like, why give somebody just a car when you can give them ability to make it their own? And with toy photography, you see so much customization and people making characters their own. It just made sense to build that into the vehicle as well. Like, let's build it for the people that actually love this stuff and want to make it their own. Like I've said several times, Eddie and I both, that the real feature of an action vehicle is the fact that it looks like it belongs to whoever is taking the picture. You know, it's their theme, it's their world they're creating.
You know, another thing is we were discussing with the Bandito possibly putting it on like an RC chassis. You know, I could see the Nightwolf as an RC car as well.
Oh, with 25 inches, there's plenty of room in there. Yeah.
That'd be fun. Especially with the suspension.
Someone asked me that, you know. Someone asked me if you have an RC version. Not yet, but maybe in the future. Who knows?
Yeah. Not yet. That's a good
Join the Kickstarter and we can make it happen.
That's right. Thank you, Rhino. Thank you. Yeah, you know, it's just about loving it as much as everybody else. You know, Eddie and I have said this before, but it's like we wanted to make a car that we would play with and that we could afford. I mean, I still can't afford it. I'd have to drive it to work if I bought one, but but you know, for if you're in the market for a vehicle like this, we're just trying to get it to market. That's how we price it. And all the things Marcelo is talking about, like you have to know those numbers. You have to know how much your tooling is. You have to know how much it costs to get on a container to get here. And then you have to know how much it is to ship to individual collectors. So once you have that information is when you can start working out the price tag of your product.
Yeah, well, also the shipping really will be way too expensive, you know, because it's a big guy. And you will not be shipping that from $20, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, keep in mind, once the first one, at least the Bandito gets, you know, fully into market, that opens the door for more vehicles. And I'm sure it's the same with Uru. Once this one comes in, you have, like you said, like 6 other ones coming, you know. So.
Yeah, this will be the first step in the toy industry for me, but I'm not planning to stop, you know. It's like, okay, if one is founded, let's go for the second, the third, and
another. Exactly, you know.
And what's up, AFSC?
Yeah, that's how we've been the last couple of years. You know, we've been determined and dedicated, and I think we feel that we've advanced in the right direction we started trying to do this back in 2019, 2020, like with the first initial ideas, and like, you know, like many starting companies, we tried to go to Kickstarter and we reached out to various other entities. You know, we've learned a lot from our mistakes, but just being dedicated and determined has allowed us to, you know, get closer to reaching our goals and dreams. Like I said, we're now going to Toylanta. We've been working with David Vonner, and, you know, just getting our name out there more, and those connections and that networking is what's gonna, you know, make you one day. And, you know, taking that stride or that leap of faith is what one has to do, and just staying determined. You know, just keep going. And we're here. Action vehicles are gonna be like action figures one day, and we really wholeheartedly feel that action vehicles will be on collectors lists everywhere soon.
Well, actually, I am here since 2019 working with the Nightwolf, and I have a lot of times when you say, okay, I'm gonna quit, this is so hard, this is impossible. Everything have to go wrong, you know. It's like, man. But then when I went in 2023 to the Joe Fest, there was something that really, really makes me change my mind.
Yeah.
I tried to make a Kickstarter in 2021 and didn't get founded for the 118 Nightwolf. When I went to the convention, a lot of people remember the Nightwolf. And they say, are you planning to launch it again? And when people ask that, they say, okay, man, I have to do this. You know, it's like, take another shot and try to figure out how we can make it. But it's the community that telling you do it. It's like that, you know. That's the reason why you should go to all the conventions. Because the vibrations, you know, all the
energy
is different,
and the word of mouth travels. You know, word of mouth works.
Like we were saying earlier, a lot of the collector community may not be online or know of your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So as far as getting out there and actually trying to talk to people and literally sell it to them by talking to them is a big step that we were glad that we were able to go to our first convention pretty soon. So
yeah.
Hey, Deadman, do you have any questions for Marcelo?
I'm so tired. I don't even know why I decided to hop in. I was up late drinking with Kelly, and then I was up late drinking with my wife, and I'm not hungover or anything. I'm just tired. And then and all morning I've been messing around with this PC I just got, and
you could have just said no.
Can't make it.
Okay, I do have a question. So the images you've been showing, how final are those? Is that are you getting a prototype made that's gonna be made out of different materials so there's less lines in it or whatever? Laser pans.
No, this prototype is just a 3D printed, but I am working to make a better prototype with some kind of resin that looks like the final product, and I think it will be finished by the middle of March, maybe, if everything goes as it is supposed to be.
Oh yeah,
we can have that prototype in Toylanta with you guys. I will send it for you.
That would be great.
Yeah.
All right, we got a hater. We got a hater. Let's bring it up here.
Yeah, that is kind of whatever, man.
It's not a hate.
Yeah, floundering. I mean, I guess so. I don't know. When you build something that's very difficult to do, it takes time. And yeah, I don't see a lot of other people doing it. If you're another entity that is established already, certainly it's much easier for you to come in and take other people's ideas and put them off on your own because you're already established. But, Eddie and I have been working nonstop for about 2.5 years trying to bring this vehicle here. And, we haven't quit. We haven't listened to all the haters, and that's why we're going to Toylanta. That's why we're going into production. That's why people are going to be having the Bandito in their hands. So,
as they say, like if you don't have some kind of hate or some people not liking what you're doing, you're not doing something right. I'm not saying we have haters all around the world, but
bro, I didn't label you. You came in here hostile towards us, so like I'm just calling.
Well, we're here talking about Nightwolf, so
yeah.
Well, believe me that I really know what that means. It's nobody is safe from people who doesn't like your job,
Yeah.
But I think that people that doesn't agree with what you are doing or they prefer something else, you have to listen to them, and there's always something that might be positive from that.
100%. And, we've taken a lot of slings and arrows over the years and feedback and incorporated a lot of that into the design. So, of course, but it's like, it always reminds me of just like people who have never tried to do anything big or hard to do and stuck with it, always have an opinion. So, whatever.
There's a guy who told me that the Nightwolf look like a Chapmate vehicle,
Yeah.
It's okay. Good for you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just don't buy it,
Yeah.
it's not your thing. It's not, you can't please everybody. You're going to please as many as you can. Not everybody's always going to be happy, and not everybody's going to like what you're doing. It's just the way things work.
Well, all I know is every toy photographer or collector that's had that Bandito in their hands absolutely loves it. So,
yeah,
and it is officially coming to market. So you're going to see even more of them out there.
Yeah, and that's why I'm so excited for Toylanta, because what I really want is people to feel it and understand what it is from a visual perspective and a handheld perspective. That's the hardest thing to do. We put it on a tour. Deadman set up a tour of influencers and collectors for us. And that was really one of the best things we could do, because being a small company, we can't afford to go to all the conventions like the established toy companies can. So this is our vehicle for trying to do that. Thank you, Laser Pants. It's difficult when you're trying to start something from scratch and there's already this big competition out there that, is also well established. So we just tried to,
on that tour as well. I made sure to have gotten the hands of some people that were like not interested or quote unquote haters, and it sure changed their minds.
Yeah, it did, and we're grateful to that. We're really grateful to that for that. And that's the thing that Eddie and I understand, having held it in our hands ourselves. It's like once people hold it and they understand that this is.
I don't recommend you hold it, Kelly.
No, I can't. I'm not allowed to.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh God.
Step away from the box. Actually, no. Put that up to the camera. Put that up to the
Step
camera.
away from
Don't have him hold it longer than he needs to.
I know. Look at that box.
So yeah, that
the box is a little beat up.
It's an old box. I mean, it's our first prototype box we got about 3 years ago. The design might change a little bit, but we wanted to be able to feature that open box and be able to see the inside little diorama display piece that we had created. Like it's like a concrete wall. You can tag it up, graffiti it. It has the logos everywhere. I mean, we just wanted to include all kinds of stuff with it. So
a little late.
I know. Sorry.
It's okay. I don't want to hold it very long anyways.
So we will definitely post links to the Kickstarter as soon as that fires up, Marcelo. Absolutely. This thing is badass.
Thank you very much.
Marcelo, can you tell us what's behind the name Uru?
Well, as I am from Uruguay, it's Uru because it's the 3 first letters of my country,
Got it. Okay. Makes sense. All right. Well, listen, Marcelo, thank you so much for coming on the Chop Shop with us. We absolutely love what you're doing. We want to help you in any way. So please, if there's anything that we can do for you, let us know. We're going to continue to push your Nightwolf. We think it's worthy of the title action vehicle. So if you would be so kind as to let you use that title or whatever, we think we can grow a whole different kind of thing. And we want the brand action vehicles to mean something and to elevate whatever that is, whatever we determine to be an action vehicle. It has to be an original design. It has to be modular and customizable to a certain degree, and it has to have like moving parts and all the things that you can play with as like a play set would. And we just think you hit it out of the park on all of those. And we're honored to call the Nightwolf an action vehicle if you'll have us.
Yeah, well, it's my pleasure.
Bro, Justin, oh man, there's a couple people out there that have bought 2 Banditos, and we just couldn't be more honored, Justin. Thank you very much.
Somebody paid for one just like an hour ago. I got a notification somebody just paid for another one.
That's the other thing I wanted to mention. Great point, Eddie. If you haven't gotten an invoice from us or a pay link, please check your spam mail because everybody has had one sent to them, and we'll probably do another campaign next week where we're going to start sending out invoices again.
Diego.
We're really close to starting production with the money we've already gathered from orders, but if you haven't secured your order yet, please go do so at oddfrogentertainment.com. If you guys have any problems securing the order, please email me or Eddie or Mike at eddiekelly@oddfrogentertainment.com. But yeah, guys, we're collecting money. Many of you have already secured your orders, and we're on our way. We're sitting at about 15,000 right now, and we have about, I would say, 60-70% of the orders still to come in. So put your orders in, secure those orders. If you didn't get a pay link, check your spam or email me. We will make sure you get one. So yeah, shout out to a couple orders came to me and emailed me and said, oh, here it is. It's in my spam. So thank you very much for that. And check your spam, guys.
Well, Marcelo, I would definitely plan on some people buying 2 of these at a time through your Kickstarter as well. So
you say that again, Mikey?
Yeah.
Oh, can you not hear me?
Nope.
Oh, never mind. We should land the plane.
Yeah. So when you do go do your Kickstarter, Marcelo, please, share all the links and stuff. We'll blow it up for you as well. We want your Nightwolf to be successful. I can't wait to see them both on a shelf together.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I already have my bandito. I purchased one, so
Oh,
I really want to
fantastic.
have it next to the
Oh,
other.
you're that Marcelo. Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, I got it.
That's great. That's great.
Nice.
Well, we certainly love what you're doing. It sounds like everybody in the community really likes what you're doing. Thank you, Diego. We'd love to have you back on the podcast when you get closer and when you have some more information to share. Let us know.
Yeah, of course.
Do you have any
Maybe
final
I'll do it
thing?
with Diego,
Do you have any final things you want to tell everybody?
Well, first of all, it's an honor to share the name Action Vehicle in the Nightwolf.
No,
It's absolutely different. You are making it's like the day before the name of the action vehicle and after the name action vehicle, because you need to make the difference with that thing. It's not the same to make a copy from something that is from the real life or whatever, and something that you design from scratch, from zero.
Yeah.
So this is a different effort and must be I don't know the word, but you have to realize that it's not the same an original design that a copy design. And that's what to sum up the name action vehicle is that all the effort you have to go to an original design, you put a name on it, action vehicle. And that's awesome.
Well, and you hit all the marks, man. And we appreciate you being excited about it. And we'll come up with a logo, all three of us, you, me, and Eddie together, that has the action vehicle logo, and we can put that on stuff. Yeah. Okay.
We need that. Yeah.
Done. We'll get going.
We definitely look forward to all the other designs that you guys are concocting as well. So, I mean, because that thing looks badass, and we can't.
And the comic. Yep.
Absolutely.
So thank you for coming on. Thank you for being everybody part of the audience. Thank you for coming on today. Laser Pants, thanks for throwing that at us. I know I sounded hostile. I don't mean it. It's just like we've kind of heard it all before. You know what I mean? So appreciate everybody coming out here and joining us today. Man. And go follow Uru Toys. And we'll see you all next time, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.